right there, which has obviously been removed.
Okay.
They took the whole meter out. Gutters.
Oh, like the water company?
Yeah. The whole meter's been removed. It's totally disconnected.
Weird.
Well, if they had a $500 water bill, let me tell you, my water bill in this area is maybe, even when I overwater in August, maybe 60 bucks a month.
Wow.
Maybe.
So that's been off for a while.
$500 water bill is quite a bill.
So they wanted to make sure they didn't turn it back on
More
themselves.
than likely what they did was they turned it off and put a lock on it, and then someone cut the lock. And so they said, well, we're not going to play that.
Right.
So either way, that's where it's located. Okay, our sidewalks, everything's, it's been poured at a couple of different times. Really the only problem is we're starting to get a little trip hazard here.
Right.
It's your liability. So you're going to want to deal with that. More than one way to deal with it, but certainly something that will come up.
Okay.
You don't want anybody tripping. The driveway, a lot of cracking, a lot of spalling.
Right. Where
it's breaking down, all in pretty rough shape. But it is what it is. I mean, how long ago did this happen? And so it's not really anything to be too overly concerned about. It does look like we've got a couple of spots where you're going to have some bad drainage.
Right.
And that's going to create more problems. But it's functional, so kind of is what it is. Now we come over here, we've got a little roof that connects the house here, and this valley here is a little bit of a design flaw. It's a little poor design. I mean, as a matter of fact, when we got up there this morning, there's still moisture on there, so that's a spot. Because we're on this north side, you can see it's going to get shaded by the house. It's probably never going to see sun. So there's always going to be ice and snow built up there. No gutter here. You can see it's rolling underneath, causing damage underneath. This is a spot that really needs to be monitored. You may want to go to a heat tape solution. Definitely some kind of a gutter. But talk to a roofer and see what he recommends. This is what we call that step flashing. Okay. So you can see where it touches the brick, it's not sealed.
But it's the wrong way. Yeah.
Well, and it's fine like that. It just should be sealed across the top.
Gotcha.
This area doesn't concern me quite as much, except that we're still on that north side.
Okay. And that's what's around the chimney right now.
Exactly. So there's a piece of flashing that goes right over the top called counter flashing that will solve that problem and make sure you don't have any leaking happening there. Okay, window wells, obviously get rid of the growth. You can see the pad movement. All this stuff is really just probably mostly moisture related and just stuff to monitor. Unless you're going to replace it, then you fix it in the future. These trees, we definitely want all plants. At least you want to see daylight behind them. Otherwise, especially with this old brick, it's a path for insects. They find the way in. So, good idea to trim these back off. Here's a downspout extension, drops off over here, and then I don't even know where it goes in here. But either way, it's close to the foundation. We really want that 6 to 12 feet draining away.
Draining onto the driveway or something.
Yeah, that's probably a better solution. So, okay.
Can I interrupt for a half second?
Sure.